He called it.
You got it right. You got it right. I told you so. This is your moment. Well, tell me this then, though. The other side to this equation is, what do they do about this overheating economy?
Well, I think the key question is, where is the overheating economy in? Is it 1 month? Is it 3 months? How long does Delta, I guess, take hold and the lockdowns take hold in New Zealand? And what economy have they got on the other side? I think it's right to blink. We would have viewed a move today as a policy mistake. So it's one that Adrian has avoided. But where we go from here and how the New Zealand economy is impacted is really going to determine where the RBNZ goes. And that's really, as others have pointed out, and I would say the same, it's really about, over the next couple of days, case rates. We've gone from 1 where we locked down the country, that's now 7. Does it peak there? Are they all linked and contained, or will we see Delta do to New Zealand what it's done here in Australia, resulting in nationwide outbreak that's only really going to be contained by vaccinations lifting up, and that's something where New Zealand should be concerned about, as they're only starting to ramp up their vaccine campaign right now.
And you looked at 2014 as kind of an example that the RBNZ, after they did a series of hikes, they basically had to reverse course. Tell us what the risk is of going too early.
Well, that's right. So we have, there's some echoes from the history of what we saw from the RBNZ, but we were looking in 2014 at an economy that had a strong terms of trade. It was looking at a migration surge that was going to put upward pressure on house prices and also upward pressure on inflation within the economy. Now, it turned out that the labour market, or that international migration surge, gave them more labour supply than demand. Now, right now, we've got, because of temporary labour leaving the country and being prevented from entering, thanks to those international border closures, we've got the RBNZ saying that employment is currently above what it thinks the maximum sustainable employment is, and wage pressures beginning to emerge in the economy. If we do get those vaccinations up, and then we start to see a gradual easing of those restrictions, allowing international students, workers in, before tourists come in, we could see that labour supply surprise the RBNZ and that expected inflation not materialise. That's what happened in 2014. They hiked in advance, expecting inflation to come through, and it didn't, and so they ended up 12 months later reversing course. And that's one of the things that I think could have been a potential policy mistake by moving too early. Once those borders come open, I think the supply side is going to surprise faster than the recovery in demand, particularly if there's lingering restrictions about people making those short-term trips, which is really what that tourism sector, visit clean, green, beautiful New Zealand, is all about. Whereas those longer-term movements, skilled workers, students coming in, bringing supply to the labour market with them, that's something that you're willing to go through that quarantine process for earlier. And that's, I think, one of those key things that we could see the RBNZ not actually delivering on what is actually quite a hawkish OCR hike set that they've presented to us in their projections today.